Shalom, 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 shalom to the nation of Israel. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachad HaKodash. The Most High's name is Yahweh, which means He exists, He is. Bahashem means in the name. Yahweh Shai means He deliverer. Yahweh Shai only died for the 12 tribes of Israel, and which are the Israelites. According to the scriptures, the Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We make up the 12 tribes of Israel. And just pretty much an update on what's going on. Sky News, it says, British Army may have no choice but to enlist citizens as country not ready for Russian threats, says former colonel. Alright? British Army may have no choice but to enlist citizens as country not ready for Russian threats, says former colonel. Alright. So what does this mean? It means that, that pressure is coming. This is that dragon coming with great wrath, according to Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Okay, where he's gonna force people to join his army, because his system is preordained to be destroyed according to the scriptures. So he's coming down with great wrath. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens. Who's in the heavens? The holy angels. Alright, therefore rejoice ye heavens. Alright, and whose names are written in heaven? The elect. And ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, which is the so-called white man, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that ye have but a short time. Alright, and this is him. He's coming down with great wrath, because if you join the British Army, you're an idiot. And the reason why I say that you're an idiot is because why would you partake into something that is preordained to be destroyed? Only someone who is irrational would do that. Now, reading on the article, this came out on Sunday, the 28th. Today is the 29th. It says a former colonel in the British Army says the country may have to opt for conscription in the event of a conflict with Russia, and claimed the military's recruiting system has failed miserably. And it says conscription may be the only alternative. You see, Britain may have no choice but to introduce conscription, as the country remains absolutely not ready to defend Europe against the threat from Russia, a former colonel says. Downing Street said service would remain voluntary after the ongoing head of the British Army. General Sir Patrick Sanders said earlier this week the UK should train and equip a citizen army. And I spoke about this a couple of days ago, how they're going to bring a citizen army. And now it's getting very, very serious now. The government is not joking. The government is being very serious about this citizen army that they want to bring out. Okay? They came out with the pressure with the jab, the poison juice. Okay? So they're getting people poisoned, and now they're getting them ready to commit suicide. Alright? It says Downing Street and service would remain voluntary after the ongoing head of the British Army, General Sir Patrick Sanders, said earlier this week the UK should train and equip a citizen army. But Britain's former top NATO commander, General Richard Sheriff, told Sky News a day later that it could be time to think the unthinkable and look carefully at conscription. On Sunday, former British Army Colonel Tim Collins agreed that it shouldn't be ruled out. The recruiting system that the armed forces has failed miserably, Mr. Collins, who is parliamentary candidate for the Ulster Unionist Party, told Sunday Morning with Trevor Phillip on Sky News. I'm not going to read all of this. Let me just play it from here.
Do you belong here? Sitting next to me in the back of a Bell 212 helicopter, about to give your team the go on a jungle training exercise.
I'm not playing all that nonsense. Could Brits really be called to serve the army? Of course.
But at least half of NATO doesn't even spend 1.5%. And this isn't, by the way, something that just Trump invented. This was open to join.
It's not just the regulars, that there's a resignation in 2017. So Michael, great to have you on the podcast. I suppose we should start first and foremost with the comments of General Sanders. Is he accurate? If the United Kingdom were to go to war right now, would conscription be required?
First of all, he's our most senior soldier. He's a general that I listened to a lot when I worked in the Ministry of Defence, and we should take his warning extremely seriously. Second, the services, particularly the Army and the Navy, are under-recruited at the moment. They're under strength, and there have been issues with getting enough crews onto the Royal Navy ships and making sure that we have enough troops to be able to send them where they're needed around the world. So it's a warning, and it's a warning we should pay heed to.
Have these problems not existed within the armed forces for some?
Anyways, so we're seeing this actually happen. Yeah, and it's getting serious. So, hey, this is all part of the gospel. It says, Armed Forces Minister James Pierce says on Thursday, talk on the UK conscription if NATO goes to war with Russia is nonsense. And yeah, and then you have the clown, Boris Johnson, which is a massive clown. He's a funny clown. First he's coming in with the poison juice, now he's coming in with the army. Damn devil. He's basically advising people to join the army. But ultimately, this is all a conspiracy against the elect. Because they want the hopeful elect to commit a suicide mission. Alright, they want you to join. You know how Pharaoh said, "I'm not letting your people go." These devils don't want to let the Israelites go. Alright, let's get Psalm 64. Because secretly, they are conspiring against the 12 tribes of Israel. Alright, so let's get Psalms chapter 64, verse 4. Now let's start at verse 3. Who whet their tongue like a sword. What does it mean, who whet their tongue like a sword? In the context of this lesson, alright, the article that we're reading is a form of their weaponry. Because they're using these words which are written to threaten people and tell them, listen, we want to get a conscription. And bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. And what's one of those bitter words? Saying, we're not going to have any option. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect, because ultimately their eye is fixated on the elect, the hopeful elect. That's who their eye is fixated on. So that's who they want to get. So suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not, and they have no fear. But the men of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai are going to hold integrity. We're not going to comply to the system Adon Ratazah. We're not going to join your army because we're already part of the army of Yahushai. So, brothers, hold tight, because when the pressure does come down, if they do knock on your door and tell you to join the army or any of these things, you're going to have to make a choice. Okay? And it's either you join or you don't join. And I pray the Lord puts the Spirit on both of us to stay strong and to endure these trials that are coming. Because you're gonna have to put your trust in the Lord. Because if you join the army, it's like you're giving your body as a living sacrifice to Satan. Okay? If you join the army, you're basically selling to Satan, man. So at the end of the day, you have to have faith in the Lord, man, and endure unto the end, and not join this army because, ultimately they're conspiring against the hopeful elect, and this is the route that this serpent has decided to strike. And ultimately, after this army conscription thing, that's when he's gonna try and come down with that chip. Maybe he might come down with that chip this year. We never know. Only the Lord knows. But hey, stay strong. Be strong, man, and be of a good courage. Okay. Verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? All right, they're committing conspiracies behind the scenes. And these conspiracies that they're doing, they're sitting in round tables, they're having discussions on how to get Israelites condemned. All right, that's what they're doing. They're sitting down on tables and they're having discussions in private rooms on how to control the world and how to keep Israelites in a bugged out state. So we're meant to be strong and have faith, okay? Because the pressure is going to come. So we have to be unmovable in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So anyways, I hope this video has built you up. I hope this video has been edifying to you. And please endure. Please keep on having faith. We're entering a time that is going to be a rough ride. But if you keep on having faith in the Lord and keep on having faith, you can overcome. Shalom.